Audiobook presents Clockwork Destiny by Kevin J. Anderson and Neil Peart, narrated by Kevin J. Anderson.
Clockwork Destiny by Kevin J. Anderson and Neil Peart. Time is the true anarchist. The Watchmaker. Chapter 1. The watchmaker was dying, and nobody knew. In his office high above Kronos Square, the bookshelves groaned with the weight of thick, nearly identical volumes, each one a collector's edition, but flawed. Only so much dead weight now. Synchronized clocks covered his walls, ticking a resonant lullaby, accompanied by the ratcheting click-clack of the big gears as the ponderous pendulum of the watchtower's great clock swung back and forth. "It is time for you to tell my story, Miranda Peake." Though raspy, his voice carried the weight of authority. "For 2.5 centuries of my stability, the hours have been ticking away." Like a gear on an axle, the watchmaker swiveled to face her with a serious expression. Tick-tock. Miranda studied the lines on his face, his sunken cheeks, the immense age and wisdom that shone through a hint of blue cold fire in his eyes. She sensed something different from the other times he had brought her into his office in the past. The watchmaker stepped away from his crowded bookshelves and paced back and forth, like one of his regulators patrolling the streets of the city. "For so long I measured my life by the fear and respect I inspired. After a few lifetimes of contemplation, I wonder if honesty might be a better measurement." As his guest, and she would never dare to refuse the watchmaker's summons, Miranda sat in an overstuffed, leather-upholstered chair that reminded her of a throne for readers. The first time she had come to his office, many years ago, young Miranda had been determined to learn the true history of her father, Arlen Peake. Now, decades later, the watchmaker knew more about her, and perhaps he also felt awkward to realize the dangerous things Miranda knew about him. While other citizens of Albion would have been awestruck in his presence, Miranda was more sanguine. "After all this time, you want me to write your biography?" Such a daunting task should never have been put off for so long. She leaned forward in the chair, too old to waste time on timidness and tact. "You could have given me your complete story decades ago, with a drop of blood in my volume of Clockwork Lives. But when I asked for it, you sent me away, across the sea." She paused, then added in an acerbic voice, "Maybe even the watchmaker makes mistakes." He said, "All is for the best." Miranda had experienced many hard years, and time had taken its toll. But she wouldn't have changed a moment of her life. Without a hint of rancor, she answered, "Yes, all is for the best." And it was. Though some adventures had been difficult or nerve-wracking at the time, they enriched her life, and she had found true love with Hender, her husband, who gave Miranda her happiest and most exciting years. She considered the task of being a biographer. "But Clockwork Lives is full now. I've compiled other stories over the years, but I was never able to recreate my father's alchemical book. He took many of his secrets to his grave. Most of them, in fact." She tapped her fingers on the arm of the leather chair. "If I agree to chronicle your story, are you willing to tell the truth?" "Ah, the truth."
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.